Hello everyone, Rainkill here with a patch 2.4 guide for Season 5. Completing Season Journey objectives to unlock an additional stash tab this season requires completing 2 seasonal conquests. I find the most fun and challenging conquest this season to be the Thrill, and this guide is how to help you conquer it with the Crusader. To complete the Thrill, a player must finish a Greater Rift 45, which is Torment 10 equal, without using set items in under 15 minutes. Unlike the Legacy of Nightmare set bonus, which allows you to wear set items as long as you don't complete any set bonuses, this conquest does not allow you to run any set items at all, so be aware of that for gearing. For this build, there is a list of required items that I feel are absolutely needed to complete this conquest. Recommended are desired items in this slot, but not necessarily needed. Adequate items will fill the role and be a better choice if you cannot get the suggested items. All of these required, recommended, and adequate items are in the link below to my Diablo fans detailed guide. The primary stats to roll on all these items will be Strength and Vitality to boost your DPS with Thorns damage. Since Thorns damage itself does not benefit from critical hit chance or critical hit damage, it is not needed for this build, which eases the gearing requirements and allows for a more defensive build. Overall, the build is heavily defensive in nature and relies more on passive damage of your skills with Thorns damage and depends on heavy mitigation, high block rate, and life on hit to keep you alive. It's by no means meant to be the best, easiest, or fastest way to do this, it's just a guide to show a bare minimum needed to complete the conquest if you don't have stellar gear. With this build, I was able to get rank 11 on the Season 5 Conquest leaderboards within the first 24 hours of the season. Gameplay in this build is simple. Gather up monsters in large groups surrounding your hero. Always use Punish on large single targets and let the Bombardment and Consecration with your Thorns reflecting kill off the remaining enemies. Use your Steed Charge to find pylons to summon a champ pack. Power, speed, channeling, and shielding pylons will all benefit killing the monsters surrounding you and give more Rift progress. If you spot a pylon, drag any mobs or champ packs that you are currently fighting there before activating the pylon. With the skills in this build, the main attack is going to be Punish with the Roar Rune. A bit of an odd choice, but this is chosen to help large group killing as opposed to single target boost with attack speed that Celerity would give. 75% weapon damage doesn't seem like a lot, but hitting every enemy within a 15-yard radius adds up when you have close to 75% block chance and 20 plus enemies surrounding you. Bombardment with Barrel of Spikes. This is a large boost to burst damage and gains amazing synergy from the Belt of Trove to constantly give your enemies the Donkey Kong treatment. Consecration with Bed of Nails. This skill shares the same 30-second cooldown timer of Iron Skin. Apply this at the same time and stand inside to gain the benefit of health over time and constant damage to the enemy. With a boost from Iron Skin and Convention of the Elements, the damage becomes a good AoE ability to enemies surrounding you. Steed Charge with Spike Barding. I chose this strictly for mobility and closing the gaps between packs. The fact that it applies Thorns is just an extra bonus for more damage. Laws of Valor with Answered Prayer. Keeping this buff active long enough for the cooldown to pop back up is rather easy. This is mainly used for single target DPS. If the build seems to be lacking defense, Laws of Justice with a movable object or decaying strength are good laws to choose as well. Iron Skin with Reflective Skin. A staple for the Thorn Satyr, increasing Thorns damage by 300% gives you viable burst damage. Make sure to time the application of this buff when your physical rotation is up on your Convention of Elements if you have one. For passives, I chose Indestructible, which is a cheat death that is beneficial to completing the Rift on time. Saving yourself from resurrection timers in a Greater Rift is time saved to complete the Rift. Hold Your Ground. 30% block gain helps resets cooldowns if you have an Akarat's Awakening or reduces incoming damage with Coven's Criterion. This also benefits with Renewal to help heal yourself even more. Renewal is healing you for 16,000 health per block really adds up with high mitigation that Crusaders have. This, combined with life on hit on gear, will be keeping you alive. And finally, Iron Maiden is simply a free 50% damage to Thorns. There's nothing much more to be said. For gear, there are only a few items I would say that are required. Hack for applying Thorns damage to your attacks, Heart of Iron for the boost in Thorns damage, Akia Karas and Justice Lantern for damage mitigation, Belt of the Trove for bombardment damage, and Nemesis Bracers to spawn more champ packs with the use of pylons. Don't worry too much about rolling Thorns damage on your gear, you'll gain the majority of this from your Legendary Gem and the Heart of Iron bonus. For Legendary Gems, Bane of the Trapped and Boyarsky's Chip are both required. You can fill in the last gem with either Bane of the Stricken or Bane of the Powerful. I highly recommend getting an Akarat's Awakening Shield for cooldown reduction. If you cannot get one, I recommend Coven's Criterion from the Act 2 Bounty Cash Rewards. I completed this conquest without a convention of the elements, but getting one will help you trivialize the encounters when using your Iron Skin buff and timing it with a physical damage bonus. For your weapon, a pig sticker is a benefit, not just for the attack speed on attacks, but the 5 primary stats and bonus damage to humans and beasts. If you cannot find one, a Doombringer is a good substitute for the physical damage bonus, or a Gift of Solaria for the extra movement speed that you get. The rest of the gear is a matter of picking what best non-set items you have for the slots, and rolling the main stats that you're looking for, and trying to get Thorns damage. As I mentioned before, I have in the description below a more detailed Diablo fans build guide with suggested gear pieces for each slot, as well as adequate substitutions if you do not have any. I hope this helps those struggling with the Conquest, and for the rest of this video will be the entirety of my rank 11 run. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below, and until then, see you in Sanctuary.
Patience. Not ready yet. I must heal. I'm fading. Not yet.
The Rift Guardian is here.